Everybody knows about analogies in reading, but have you ever done a mathematical analogy? Let's start by analyzing the relationship between 3 and 6. 3 plus what equals 6? I'm going to count backwards from 6 by 3. The answer is the leftover 3. 3 plus 3 equals 6. I'm going to take that plus 3 and create it as a rule for my analogy. So 3 is to 6 as what is to 7. Let's apply the same rule. What plus 3 equals 7. I will count backwards from 7 by 3 to get my answer of 4. 3 plus 4 equals 7. 4 will go in the top of the analogy. 3, 4, 5. Let's add a 5 in the top of the next part. Applying the same rule, 5 plus 3 equals what? 5 plus 3, using my fingers, equals 8. Therefore, using the rule of plus 3, 3 is to 6 as 4 is to 7 as 5 is to 8. That time I applied my own rule. What happens if I have more given information at the beginning? This time we're going to try with different numbers. I still have the 3 and the 6, but I have an 8 next to the 6 and a 5 2 away from the 3. Let's find out what happens on top. 3, 4, 5. That makes logical sense. Now the relationship between 3 and 6, I can try what I tried before. I know 6 minus 3 is equal to 3. I can add that plus 3 as the rule between 3 and 6. Now I'm looking at the relationship between 4 and 8. I want to apply the same rule before. 4 plus 3. Wait a minute. I know that's not true. Let's find out what the rule would be between 4 and 8. I'm going to count backwards from 8 by 4, and I figure out that 4 plus 4 equals 8. So the relationship between 4 and 8 is 4 plus 4 equals 8. Now let's figure out what would go beneath 5. I notice that 6 and 8 are both 2 away from each other. I notice that 3, 4, and 5 are 1 away from each other. There must be some relationship between those numbers. I add plus 1 to the top, plus 2 to the bottom. So 8 plus 2, I get 10. Let's try 10 on the bottom and see if we can figure out a relationship between 5 and 10. 5 plus what equals 10? Let's count backwards by 5 from 10. And I get the leftover 5. 5 plus 5 equals 10. I can add that rule of the plus 5 in front of my 10. These analogies help young learners discover the relationships between numbers. This can help in adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. These presents primary concepts for algebraic thinking.